and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a look with a little bit of a bright lip, but the difference with this is that this is going to be a daytime appropriate bright lip. And I know that that can be a little bit intimidating. You feel maybe comfortable wearing that bright, bold, or dark lip when you go out at night, but you're a little bit nervous about wearing that kind of look during the day. And it's really easier than you think, and you don't have to be afraid of it. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and I'll give you some tips along the way. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start by priming my face, and I'm gonna use this new one actually from the Makeup Forever collection. They have these different ones for different skin concerns, and this one is the smoothing primer, and it was between this one and the mattifying one for me. They were out of the mattifying one, so I thought I would give this one a try, but I've heard really good things about it. When I swatched it, it felt super smooth. So I thought that this would be really nice to use before my foundation today. So I'm not gonna put this all over my face. I'm mostly gonna focus it on places where I have enlarged pores. So mostly around my T-zone, but certainly in the middle of the face right here. I'm gonna put NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer underneath my eyes and a little bit in the center of the face. Running a bit low on this stuff. Just conceal a little bit in the other areas of my face that need more with the Bare Minerals concealer. I'm going to use this e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder for underneath my eyes. I'm going to use the Mercier Translucent Powder for the rest of my face. Move on to my brows. Gonna brush through them really quickly. Going to use the MAC eyeshadow in Espresso to do my brows today. Prime my eyelids. So I think the most important thing is to focus on the bright lip and to kind of tone down the rest of your face. And to me, that's the way to make it most wearable. If you're comfortable wearing the bold brows and wearing something bold on your eyes and on your lips, you do you, but for the rest of you that feel like you're a little nervous about wearing the bright lip, I think a good way to do it is to really focus on the lip and tone down everything else. I'm gonna move on to my eyes, and the first thing that I like to do is just take a soft brownish color, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use the bronzer that I'm gonna use later. And I'm gonna just take a fluffy brush and just define my crease a little bit. If you don't want to do anything to your eyes, then that's totally up to you as well. I like to add a little something to my eyes to brighten them up and define them. But if you want to leave them blank, then you can do that as well. So I'm just sweeping this through my crease and just a bit above, not being precise at all. Just adding a little bit of definition to my crease here. I'm going to bring this underneath my eyes as well, a little bit. Again, not being too precise. And just kind of connecting it to that color above as well. You can see I'm using a really light hand. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a shimmery color. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Shadow in Ice Latte. And it comes in a little pot like this. And it even has a little thing right on top to keep the product in there because it's sort of like a pressed pigment a little bit. And I just like to take my finger. You can make this more pigmented by wetting a brush, or you can even just use a dry brush. But I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger. It's just a really pretty champagne-y goldish color. And so I'm just gonna tap that right on my lids. And you can see it's just gonna brighten it up so much. Really pretty. You can add as much or as little as you like. I'm even gonna take this in the inner corner just a little bit. You can see that just brightens up my eyes a lot. And I'm just gonna go back to that fluffy brush and just buff out the edges so it looks like it's all very seamless. And since I used something shimmery on the lid, I'm gonna take this Makeup Forever shadow that's matte just to highlight underneath my brow. This part, again, is optional, but I like to just highlight underneath my brow. And since we use something so shimmery on the lids, something matte will look nicer, I think. So I'm just gonna define my lashes a little bit by using a brown eyeliner, just a tight line so that skin just underneath the lashes. And I'm gonna use brown so it's not as harsh as something like black. And I'm actually gonna use this Milani brow pencil. If you remember, I talked about this as a fail product in one of my favorites videos. I'll link that below. And I've just been using it as a regular eyeliner, and it's nothing amazing, but I'm just trying to use it for something other than brows because I hated it for the brows. So again, I'm just gonna take that and tight line. It's just gonna add a little bit of definition to the lashes. You could also take this above if you wanted to. You can see that just makes a slight difference. And I'm gonna take a nude liner to go on my bottom waterline. That's just gonna brighten everything up again. It's kind of nice to make the eyes natural and bright looking when you have a really bold lip. I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and put on mascara. When I'm not doing a lot with my eyes, I like to really load up on that mascara. Now I'm gonna add some color to the face. I'm gonna bronze up. Not really contouring, just adding some color to my face because this is daytime appropriate. If you wanna contour, you can totally do that. Just adding color. Use a nice blush by Benefit, Coralista. This also has a little bit of shimmer in it, so you really don't need to add a highlighter, which I like. So now we're gonna move on to the lips, and I'm gonna use a NYX High Voltage lipstick. This one right here, it's the color Free Spirit. So it's a pretty orangey red color, a little bit neon and bright, which is really fun. So this is really gonna be the focus of our makeup look. That's why we left everything else pretty natural looking. And you could totally just go in with this. It makes it a little easier because it's a thinner bullet here. But I'm gonna go in with a lip liner, and I have one that's a little bit more of a true red. This is Red by MAC. It's not gonna match it exactly, but that won't matter because we'll kind of blend it in a little bit. If you have something that matches better, then go ahead and use that. You could also go in afterwards and clean everything up with concealer. I think that's something that's really important when you're wearing a bright lip, is to make sure that everything is really even. So you can go in with that concealer to correct anything, but it will really help to use a lip liner to sort of create those outlines. It's like coloring when you were a kid. So you can see we've outlined the lips there. So it just creates an easier place to color in with that lipstick. And again, it's not exactly the right color, but it won't matter once we add this in. And these lipsticks are so creamy. They're really inexpensive. And this is such a pretty bright color. fun that color is. Always make sure to put your finger in and pull it out so you don't get any of that on your teeth. And another thing that I find makes it a little more comfortable to wear colors like this during the day is to leave it matte, or at least not glossy. So when you add gloss to a bright color like this, it makes it pop a little bit more. But if you just leave it like this, it makes it a little more wearable than adding a gloss on, which will reflect the light even more. But I just think that this is such a fun color, especially in spring, moving a little bit closer to summer. It really just brightens up the face and makes you just shine even more than you already do. So I hope that you'll take some of these tips and try wearing a little bit of a brighter color during the day. You shouldn't be afraid of it. It's really fun. You can just tone down everything else on your face and it won't look scary at all, I promise. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Just click the button below. That way you will not miss any videos that I post. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. See you next time. Bye.